And welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the show. This is it was supposed to be our end of the year, end of 2023 best of episode, and it was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but life happened and it didn't. But today we're going to give our thoughts on our top 3 movies, top 3 TV shows or streaming shows, and top 3 action figures. And with me, as always, are the most glorious people in the world. One, Austin Gordy. Yeah, you're too cool for
What's
school.
up?
Too cool. And Ray Snedeker. Wow.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Sorry, we're only 4 days late, but we're here. And yay, yes, new episode. Thanks, Scott. New episode. Thanks for being here too. All righty. So I guess we're going to start off. Let's hold off the action figures to last. We'll do the TV shows first. Sound good?
Sounds good. How about that?
All right.
You hang on 1 second, real quick. Actually, before we started, I missed how because I came in at the tail end where y'all were talking about how y'all are doing this. So are we just naming right through we're not going roundabout one at a time, one thing at a time?
Yeah. We'll just do 3.
Okay.
You'll go give your 3. I'll go give his 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And just go around.
But we're going by things like top 3 shows, and then we'll go around the table.
Yeah.
And then we'll start over.
So the first one's top TV shows or top streamers. Who wants to go first? If nobody will, I will.
Go
I
for it.
can go ahead and I could probably go. I mean, it's real tough. I was trying to confirm one thing because I wasn't 100%. I'm pretty sure this was 2023, but sometimes I get my years, like my seasons, mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Was this? Yes. Okay, great. It was 2023. So I would say top TV shows, easily Ahsoka #1. That was my number one of the TV show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Picard season 3 could have easily been a top contender for #1 or #2 because I wasn't expecting them to come back with that kind of a hit because the first 2 Picard seasons were really in the sandbox and they were great, but they really focused on being like a down-to-earth Picard series. So you didn't have as much Starfleet or as much, ships and things like that. But then with season 3, it was basically because they got a kind of like a new showrunner for season 3, and the focus really shifted to them just going all out, balls to the wall. Like, okay, if you had the chance to make the final Next Generation movie and let it go out with a bang, basically it was their way of redeeming their show and going out with one last final movie. That's what it felt like. So yeah, Picard season 3, and then I don't know. I mean, with it's a toss up because Justified was really good. The comeback this year was really good on Justified. But I thought The Winter King so far, I haven't even finished it, but what I've seen so far, to me, has actually been a pretty good, like, medieval type show. So people that like Game of Thrones, people that are fans of those types of shows like Game of Thrones and such, I feel like you would at least enjoy The Winter King. And it's a retelling of the Arthur legend.
So where is that at?
It's technically, I think MGM Plus or something. So you have to order it. It's extra through Amazon Prime.
And it's called The Winter King.
Yeah, The Winter King. It's adapted from it's an adaptation of a book series. There's a trilogy of books that Bernard Cornwell wrote. Apparently I didn't know this, but they adapted another one of his series. It was let me see. It was trying to remember, like not The Last Kingdom or something like that.
I've just never heard of this Winter King that you speak of. I may have to check it out. And it's based on
Arthurian legend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have a Lancelot in it?
Not yet. He is in the series. I mean, he's in the story, but I'm trying to remember. I think he does. He should show up this season. I just haven't gotten there yet. If not, he'll be there next season.
I got you. Okay.
But The Last Kingdom, that's the TV series that right now that's running that I didn't realize was adapted from his author's work. So
okay.
So anyway, yeah, I would say The Winter King is definitely one to check out if you like medieval shows and you like King Arthur legend stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like there was another show that came. And I don't know. Like I was thinking, The Winter King and Justified were great shows, but I'll tell you one that really captivated me this season, and I think easily if I had to pick top 3, let's go Ahsoka, Picard season 3, and Jury Duty. If no one's seen Jury Duty,
That is fantastic.
I just feel like anybody could sit down and start that series, and you'll just be captivated. You just won't stop.
It's like
comedy.
Yeah, it's like part Candid Camera, part Parks and Recreation.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
because
like one person that
one
has no idea that basically it's one guy reporting for jury duty and he thinks it's real, but everybody else is an actor and they're in on the
like the Truman
joke.
Show a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's crazy how well they fool this guy and how well everybody plays their characters.
Yeah.
What now? Where's this streaming at?
Amazon
it's
Prime.
on
It's
Amazon
a Prime
Prime.
series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, and it was a big time. Like when it dropped. I mean, everybody. I remember it being everybody talking about it, and I had to see it. It is hilarious.
And James
Apparently,
Marsden
the guy, the
is in
main. I'm sorry.
I was just telling Ashley, James Marsden's in it as one of the jurors.
Yeah.
Like he's playing like a fictional version of himself.
Yeah, he's the only actor in the
Yeah.
show playing an actor, like playing himself. But yeah, like you said, a fictionalized version of himself. Everybody else are probably like aspiring actors. Or like, there's only one guy in the show I've seen in other stuff that if I had somehow like if they tried to pull that prank on me, I would have seen that guy and it would have blown everything.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the dude they picked was just sort of like a nice. I don't want to say gullible, but he was sort of a doe-eyed, naive kind of dude. You know, he's just kind of doing his thing, and I don't know, it's a good show. But yeah, that's my pick for TV shows. Ray.
TV shows. I would easily say Justified is my favorite, but I'm gonna try to stay in the genre of like sci-fi, comic, fantasy type. So I'm gonna say
You don't have to do that if you.
but
don't
I'm going to. I kind of do that to restrict myself so I can because I watch too much stuff. So I'm gonna say The Last of Us. I absolutely.
Oh yeah, that was this year. See,
Yeah,
I was thinking that was 2022.
January. It started in January.
Yep, you're right. You're right. That was a good one too. Honorary mention.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Pedro Pascal owned it. Bella Ramsey just killed it with her with their performance and their the fantastic episode with Nick Offerman and I forgot the other guy's name but long time I think is the name of this episode. You know, that got huge buzz after that came out, but all in all, fantastic in terms of adaptations of a video game, especially.
Mhm.
And I think one of the best adaptations I've seen. I don't know if you've watched it yet, Ashley. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
recommend.
yeah.
I recommend.
The Last of Us. I have to look at my list that I made so I can remember what all came out. Ahsoka, definitely. You know, Austin mentioned that. Fantastic series.
Well, you got to rank them now. You got to put them 1, 2, 3.
I'll say The Last of Us first, and I'll say
Okay.
Ahsoka second, and third. I think I'm going to say something that's actually really recent right now that's going on. And I'm still watching. I'm almost done with it, but I've been loving it. Is Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. It's like a companion series. Yeah,
I wanted to start that, but I just hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, it's a companion series for like the Godzilla MonsterVerse, which is the Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla versus Kong, King of the Monsters movie. It's its own like companion series to that, really focusing on Monarch and also some of the characters that have happened in the past, like John Goodman's character, Bill Randa. Him and his legacy of sorts is part of the storyline. You get to see the founding of Monarch back in the 50s. It's really fun. Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell both play the same role in dual timelines, which is really great. Yeah, they do a really good job. That'd be my 3 for the TV shows.
3 for TV shows.
Yes.
All right. So mine are a little different.
Okay.
Well, one of them's the same. Ahsoka, number 1. I just love that show.
Yeah.
That was great. Number 2, I'm thinking earlier I was thinking this came out in 2023. It may have like started at the tail end of 2022 and rolled over to 2023. Like most of the series came out, but The Mandalorian, the last season of The Mandalorian, that was right at the beginning of 2023.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah. So I thought that was, just
Ahsoka kind of ended up overshadowing that a bit.
Yeah,
didn't
it did.
It did.
Big time.
But not in a bad way, because I still think that was a solid third season. I really enjoyed that third season.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking that was 2022, but you're
Yeah.
right. It was. It actually. Ooh, no, it was this. Yeah, it was this season. This year it was in March.
Yeah.
Oh, March. I was thinking. Okay, I was thinking
Yeah.
it came tail end of like December-ish.
Yeah, it said March 1st to April 19th.
Okay.
Yeah, wow,
Okay.
I completely forgot about. I was with you though. I thought that was 2022.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we got
okay.
so you got Ahsoka, Mandalorian season 3.
Ahsoka, Mandalorian, whatever season it is, season 3, I think,
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the final one is something that it's already had one season, but season 2 started a few weeks ago. It's on like episode 5 now, so it's getting close to the end of the season. And that is Reacher on
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, with my wife.
my gosh.
Yeah, I'm planning to start the Reacher series, like the books, this year. But like I got my wife to watch the first season. She loves it, so we've started season 2. We're only like 2 episodes in now,
Mhm.
but yeah, we're loving it so far.
Oh, it is so good, man. It is so good. I love
Yeah,
it. So.
I
Did
haven't
you-
seen that show, but it looks good.
Yeah. Oh, did you catch the Easter egg for the Tom Cruise movie, the Jack Reacher Tom?
Well,
Cruise?
I've never seen the Tom Cruise movie.
Okay,
So-
well, if you remember, there was like a little scene in the car though when they were talking about like this is like episode 2. There was a little scene when they're riding in the car and they were saying who could have a grudge against them or something like that. And the kind of smart talking guy from the group, from his whole team, he says the name James Barr, and Jack Reacher says like he said like he can call in a favor or he owes him a favor, something like that. But basically, James Barr was the catalyst of that Jack Reacher movie with Tom Cruise. He got framed for sniper
okay.
shooting, and that's why he says that little line. So this like saying like the events of like their own events of that movie have already happened between season 1 and 2.
I just can't see. I wouldn't even want to watch that movie now, just because I can't imagine seeing little old Tom Cruise trying to fight a bunch of dudes and then seeing that big Alan
Richardson.
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 Golly.
I will say, like, try and go into just like try to accept the mindset, because it is a really solid, in my opinion. I thought it was a really solid action movie. The second one's not really good at all. Like I tried to watch the second one. There's just something missing from it. They made 2 movies. The second one even had Kobe Smulders in it.
With Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah, but it did really bad, and like it wasn't anywhere like it was a different director too, and just there's something off about the vibe of it. Like it just didn't have the same kinetic feel that the first director had.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the first Jack Reacher movie was directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who went on to direct all of like the really recent Mission Impossible movies, starting with like I think. Was it Fallout he started with, or was it Rogue Nation?
That was a good question. I was wondering if he did Rogue Nation. Let me see who did
I think
that
he did.
one,
I think he
'cause
did
that
do
might have
Rogue
been
Nation.
before he.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was that. He started with
Right.
Rogue Nation, and he's done all of them since.
Yeah, because Brad Bird did Ghost Protocol.
I don't know, but Austin, definitely check out Reacher. Is really good.
Solid.
Oh, it's
solid.
on my list. I definitely want to watch it just
Really
because
good.
the story seemed cool. I didn't mind the Tom Cruise movie, but I understood that the character was supposed to be bigger. Is from what I heard, he was supposed to be a bigger guy and all that. And then I'm looking at Alan, and I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. He's always been a way bigger dude. So no, it definitely looks good.
I even like the detective guy in season 1. I mean, he was a good character.
Oh, what's funny is him and the girl Roscoe from season 1.
Yep.
They both turned up in a show that I watched this year.
Oh, really?
I would put it on this list, but I didn't. I guess it could kind of, but it's a horror show, The Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Both of them, both of their actors appeared in that
Okay.
in that series to get as well. So I was like, my wife and I were watching Fall of House Hush or around the time where we were binging through Jack Reacher, and we noticed like is that Roscoe from Reacher? And then I looked it up. I was like, yep, that's her. And then we saw the other guy, the detective. It's like, wait, is that the guy from Reacher too? I looked up. Yep, it's him. So
Scott Knight says Twisted Metal was dope too. I haven't seen that.
I tried to watch it. I ended up not dropping, but I drifted off after about 3 episodes, I think. I don't know. I think I don't know. I have a hard time with Anthony Mackie like as a lead for a show. Something about him with his
Captain America's coming up movie.
I hope he can carry it.
All right, so that's the shows. That's the TV shows for 2023. And it seems like Ahsoka is on everybody's list here as being awesome.
That was an all-around fun show. Like yeah.
All right, so we're ready to move into movies.
It was everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah. You want to start, Austin, with the movies?
Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say I could probably. It's because there's a lot of movies. I saw a bunch of. I've seen the lineup this year of most of them. I would say top 3.
And before you do it,
it's tough.
Don't limit it to just theatrical releases. I mean, original. Netflix
I'm trying to think of everything that's come out.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of everything that's wowed me. I mean, definitely Guardians and Oppenheimer are at the top of that list, and probably I would say probably Oppenheimer was really good. John Wick 4 maybe number 1. Guardians is probably number 2 or 3. But then there were some honorable mentions, like Super Mario was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Killers. I mean, Killers of the Flower Moon was good, but it was more of a, I would say, wait and watch it at home. It's just, I mean, unless you can go out and see it, but it's at the same time, I'm like, it's one of those long ones.
Unless you can wear a catheter.
Yeah, you can wear a catheter, just a diaper. But then like you said, in terms of digital, Good Burger 2 like surprised me like a lot with how good it was. Like it was a breath of fresh air. It was a great sequel, but didn't feel like it relied on the first movie, and still felt like it took itself seriously enough. Like it felt like it could have went out in theaters. I thought it was a great movie. There's another movie I watched that is starting to get a lot of mention, and I feel like it kind of dropped later in the year. But have any of y'all heard of or seen The Holdovers?
I know what you're talking about
with Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti's in it, and I was wondering. I wanted to see it just because he's in it. I love Paul Giamatti, but this movie is so good, and it's a good Christmas movie. Like, why? If you haven't seen it yet, if you want to, just wait. Put it on your list for next Christmas and watch it around like the Thanksgiving to Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
But it is such a good movie because it's the director, Alexander
Payne.
Oh gosh, maybe it's the director of Election, and he did Nebraska. Thank you. And he did Nebraska. That was a more recent popular one he did. It had a lot of accolades. But he's a pretty like kind of an indie filmmaker, but I've enjoyed all of his movies. I enjoyed Election. I love that movie, but it's one of those that's like very funny, but it's very dry. Like the humor is very dry, but it's also got a lot of heart. And this movie in particular is very heavy on, like it could so easily sway into drama, but instead it always finds itself drifting itself like it always gives you a little bit of nugget of comedy so that it's not just so sappy, but it's just so good, and it's a good Christmas movie, and it's a good message, and I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for people, but basically it's like these kids that are held over during school, like they have to they're held over because of their grades and stuff, so they have to do tests and do makeup stuff, and Paul Giamatti is the teacher that's got to do it. He's got to teach them, and he's a really brilliant, real smart guy, but he's just a no nonsense, doesn't really tolerate doesn't entertain fools easily, basically.
Yeah.
But he's he has to watch after these kids and teach them. And one of them in particular that gets left behind at Christmas, like he has to stay behind because it's like a boarding school. So they live there, and they usually go home during the holidays. And there's one in particular that can't go home because his mom is busy doing other stuff. So yeah, it's like one of those kind of like feel good holiday movies. I heard it compared, and I was like, that's exactly what it gave me. It was like watching It's a Wonderful Life, or one of those kind of holiday Christmas movies that isn't like hitting you in the face about Christmas or whatever. It's one of those classic feel good movies. But anyway, The Holdovers is great. I would suggest that. Worst movie, Genie. All right, Ray, what about you? Top 3.
That was gonna be my favorite. My favorite one of the year.
Sorry, I just had to
you want to see Melissa McCarthy be a genie?
I knew I didn't, and my wife, for some reason, was just like, maybe she was just intoxicated or something. She just wasn't thinking clearly. I don't know.
Austin,
she was like, I don't know. And I'm like,
it's Melissa McCarthy as a genie. What could go wrong?
It's like the paper bag in your refrigerator. This is dead bird in it, and you open it up to look in it. Like, what you think is going to be in there?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, but anyway, yeah, that's my pick.
Okay, I'm gonna start and count to my favorite one, because my favorite one, probably an easy one if you paid attention to what stuff I've loved this year. But I'm gonna say number 3 is gonna be, I'm gonna say honorable mention first, which is gonna be Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I really loved it.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
If we'd had a top 5, it'd probably be in there. But that was a really fun one. But number 3 is gonna be the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was out of nowhere. Fun. I mean, I was hoping it would be good. I was not expecting to have that much fun watching it in theaters, and how much Mario, not lore, I guess, but how many references and
Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs. But I love the references to all the games. Like, all the games were kind of used as some kind of story point in this. There was like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, learning obstacle courses, and I thought it was a really fun movie. Great. I actually really liked the voice casting. I thought everybody did a great job. Special shout out to Jack Black. He was phenomenal as Bowser, and the hit song
Peaches.
Peaches. Number 2, I'm gonna say, is gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Fantastic end to James Gunn's trilogy, and I choked up a couple times in that movie. So that was a fantastic movie. Great movie to go out on, like, for that group, and great ending. Surprisingly it was bittersweet because it was surprisingly upbeat and sad, but in a good way. These characters reached the end of a journey, and it didn't always have, and it didn't end in that way where everybody's always assuming, who's going to die, because we were even assuming that, and he managed to end it in a way where nobody really died from the group, and it was still a great, satisfactory send-off to them. And my number
Plus
one
Gamora's
easily
character.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just saying, plus Gamora's character, like what they did with her character was really great.
Yeah. And my number 1 is going to be Dungeons and Dragons Honor.
I knew it.
Dang it! I forgot about that one too.
I absolutely loved it. Like, I love the cast was great. It was a fun story, and I don't know. I just can't say enough good things about why I just enjoyed that movie so much. It was like, it was a fantasy movie. It was a kind of fantasy movie that had been needing to come out for a while. Like, we haven't really had a great fantasy film since like this type of fantasy. So I'm not counting like Harry Potter type fantasy series, but I feel like I really haven't seen this type of really fun, engaging fantasy movie since maybe like the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. But this is a little bit more comedy focused, but the adventure was still fun. But the characters and stuff were so fleshed out, and they weren't just the butt of jokes. You know, they were characters.
Yep.
So I really loved it. You know, I would say Hulk would be the best example. You know, Michelle Rodriguez. You know, you see the joke coming of like you see her ex-husband is a gnome. And it could be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
But they play it so straight, and you end up just getting engaged and invested in the scene because you're seeing these two characters talk about what went wrong, and it's nothing jokey about like it was like, oh yeah, you were too tall for me or something like that. But you just see, it's the only joke that comes from it is that you see that Holga has a type by the end of the movie. She loves little men. She loves short, like gnomes. I don't know if it's not just gnomes or if she also likes halflings and dwarves. But you just see that she has a type, and it just happened. But yeah, I just love that movie so much. I can't say enough about it. So that's my top movie of the year.
So you're hoping for a sequel?
Whether or not I get one, I love what I got. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna do some. I've got my top three, but then I have some that I just want to give a shout out to.
Okay.
That would be, and I'll do them in order from bottom to top.
Okay.
Super Mario was I'm going to give it a shout out. It was a good show. And for me, when I'm ranking these too, let me say this, it's how much I enjoyed watching it. Like my time was spent and I was like smiling or happy or sad or whatever, I was invested in it. Because sometimes when you're watching a movie, you're like, is this going to get over with? I mean, even though it might be a decent movie, but there was times when you kind of were taken out of it. Right. So I don't count those. So starting way low, honorable mention, Super Mario. Right above that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
That's right.
I really enjoyed that. I mean, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie.
No, I agree.
I'm going to put this on here. It's not a pop culture movie, but it was a movie that I was invested in when I was watching it, and it made me super sad. And it's just something like everybody needs to watch just to make them aware of the whole what's going on. But Sound of Freedom was kind of rough on me watching that because it was kind of not hit home, but like realize, oh crap, this stuff's really going on out there, and how bad it really is. So that's honorable mention. But starting off 3, 2, 1. First up is number 3, Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth on Netflix. Man, I can't get enough of those Extraction movies. I don't know what it is. Action movie, really good. Blood, guts, shooting. It's all good.
I would say this. Have you still not watched the John Wick movies yet, though?
No, I haven't. I don't know why. It's like I have to pay for them. It's not free anywhere, So
yeah, I was going to say, if you like action, those are your movies.
Really? So
Yeah.
I'm going to get to it as soon as I see it like for free. And 2, sometimes I see it, but it's like John Wick 3 is free. And I want to start at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
you want to watch them all because it's one flowing series, like chapters 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, whatever the second one.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Into is, I think, the first one.
Yeah, Across
Just
the
going to confuse
Spider-Verse.
everybody.
Whoo, that was a good movie. I really, really liked it. Maybe as much as the first one. Honorable mention, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
I have heard, surprisingly, like even though it's
Yeah.
getting bad ratings, like some
Yeah.
people I know that have seen it said they had a good time watching it.
Yep.
One friend I know who saw it, he said like he loved Patrick Wilson in it. Like he said, he was
Yes.
fantastic in it.
Yes.
That's one actor I kind of hope Gunn might like give, think about some role for him, maybe see if he wants to do something in the DCU. He's a great actor, so
Yeah.
they don't waste him if you got a chance to get him.
But it was actually pretty good. Pretty good. And then finally, the numero uno is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Like we all said, it's just a great movie. Great
Fantastic
movie.
soundtrack.
Yes, it is. It does
Obviously.
have a fantastic
Yep.
soundtrack. So that's it. That's the way I wrapped up my movies. Okay, hold on. We got some. Sky Knight said 1 Haunted Mansion.
That one wasn't bad.
I haven't seen Haunted Mansion. 2 TMNT. Yep. 3 Mario for
Yeah,
me.
that one was great.
Honorable
Yep.
mention goes to Rebel Moon.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just
I still
watched
have
that
not
one.
watched it yet.
I
Yeah, we
had my
just
problems
watched
with
that.
Rebel Moon.
I still
Yeah, it was
haven't
kind
watched
of
it.
yeah, it was kind of not good. I was ready to pull like whatever hair I had left in here. Like I was just trying to find it. My chin.
Yeah.
Just every time an action sequence happened and it just went slow mo, I wanted to scream. I wanted to scream. It was
Yeah, I
just like
know.
every scene.
I have heard one big problem Snyder's had is ever since he stopped collaborating with what's the DP's name, Larry Fong.
Oh, okay.
I think they said like there's you know, I don't know, something about his style has changed and not always for the better.
Well, I'll also say since Sky Knight brought it up, it's your fault, Rebel Moon. You know, and I know certain directors, you can tell a movie is made by a certain director.
Mhm.
You know, throughout you can really tell Rebel Moon's made by Zack Snyder. He same eye for movies, same slow-mo garbage, same even some like he hired I don't know who did the soundtrack, but I'm assuming it's the Hans Zimmer, not Hans Zimmer,
It's
but his
the.
guy.
Are you talking about the score? It's
Yeah.
Tom Hulkenberg.
Yeah,
Dunkirk.
him. Because it
Dunkirk,
sounds very similar to Dawn of Justice to me. There's certain scenes where it's like, that's the same song from Dawn of Justice.
That's all-
I agree.
And it's
Yeah.
you know, and it's like you're trying to convey the same emotion and the same, you know, like the same thing here, and you're using the same music. I didn't like it. The story was okay, nice, you know, nice, you know, spin at the end there with one of the characters.
Like one thing I noticed with the trailers that has me intrigued and wanting to watch it is it reminded me a lot of old like retro 70s 80s sci-fi novels. There was something about the look and the feel of the world that was being presented. It kind of felt like some of those, like some of these
Yeah.
have like Margaret Weiss books.
Yeah.
And it made me think, and I was like, like I haven't really seen anybody try that style like in live action in a long time. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting idea, but I still haven't watched it yet. I need to.
Yeah, I couldn't really go for like the main baddie, the way he was dressed, almost like a Nazi or something.
Who plays the main bad guy?
Uh,
I've already forgotten.
That's
the
what,
dude
dude.
from
I'll tell you,
Deadpool.
that's I hate to say it, but that's how forgettable he is.
It's Skeen.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Deadpool
But that's
guy.
how forgettable he is, and I'm not going to spoil anything about the movie, but yeah, I was
He's-
kind of like, why are they hedging their bets on this guy? Like they're putting, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the lead actress.
Oh yeah,
This is-
I'm all for her. She's great. She was in Star Trek Beyond.
What is this? The actress who? She looks familiar. She's the
She
one
was in
who
The
was
Mummy.
like
Lara Croft.
And was she the one who was the Blade girl, the Bladefoot girl from the first Kingsman movie?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking. Yeah. I like that she was the lead for it. So I'm planning to watch it at some point. I'll give my opinion after I finally watch it.
All right, now time for the toys. Time for your favorite 3 action figures that were released in 2023 that you purchased. You can't just like sit and look at it and all like, oh, I wish I could have that. I bought it.
Oh, I thought you meant like you can't have gotten it as a gift.
Oh no. It's like
Can you have it as a gift?
yeah, you can have it as a gift, but not like you have to own it. You have to own it.
You just have to own it.
Looking
I
at
thought
it
you
on
were
the
saying
internet.
like you can't use a birthday present. You have to
No,
have spent
no.
your hard-earned
No.
money on it.
No. No, but it had to be released in 2023.
You bunch of pores.
I just
No gifts
I
allowed.
was like, hey, I just stood outside of Walmart and I just sucker punched a guy and took his toy from him.
All
That was
right,
mine.
going first, Austin.
I can go first because I think I pretty much got my top 3.
Okay.
Actually, it's kind of tough to say what number 3 is, but I know the top 2 for sure, and they're part of my haul. Let me just go ahead. Well, I don't know. I guess, Ray, did this not come out? Is it?
Both of those.
I got it in
No.
2023.
One of those did not come out in 2023. The one that is in the bigger box that has the more.
So they had to have come out in 2023.
They had to have come out in 2023.
So that one doesn't count.
This
Oh,
is the
crap.
best of 2023.
Well, then, in that case, probably, I know, like, I really love the Luke re-release. The Return of the Jedi re-release.
Yeah.
Crap. Then I guess we'll just go with this being number 1 overall.
Oh, that is cool,
Hasbro's Green Goblin release.
Oh, that is cool.
Oh,
let me,
yeah.
Let me just put you. Let me put you right there. Solo layout.
Yeah. Everybody. Right now, I've got the Willem Dafoe head on him.
Oh,
And,
that's cool.
Yeah, he is. He's great. I'm trying to get it to focus. You stupid. But yeah, no, he's great. Comes with a pumpkin bomb, his blade.
The face sculpt is phenomenal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got the sculpt. But yeah, the face sculpt on him. I wish it would clear up so you could see him. But yeah.
No, when you had him back, I could tell it was. I mean, you could tell that's Willem Dafoe.
What's fantastic is, like, in the detail, you know how Willem has like a little
glider
gap between his front 2 teeth.
Yeah,
he even has it. Like, the figure even has it.
Yeah,
like,
you can't see it, but yeah,
you can't see too well. But yeah, the gap is there.
Sweet.
But I love that you can swap out, because this is probably my favorite of the 2 heads, with the original Green Goblin mask. But
yeah,
right now I've got him with his newer outfit on. But it's great because I love that I have him to go with and I've got the Tom Holland Spidey to go with him, because I've got this is the Civil War Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
This was my favorite suit. I loved the Civil War suit because it was just like the standard Spidey Tony Stark suit,
Yeah.
I really dug that, and the face sculpt for that Spider-Man was really good. I've been telling you, Hasbro's face sculpts are really good. I would say probably, I really like this Michael Keaton. Whoops, dropped the batarang. But the Keaton Batman for this from Flash, I guess, would be a good. Because plus it was a great deal. Cheap figure, great face sculpt, great body sculpt, cloth capes. You hadn't been seeing McFarlane Toys doing that, and it's a great looking cape. Yeah. So I would say
you don't have a third.
I don't know if I have a third. I don't really know, unless something. I'm sure I'm leaving something out, but I don't know. I know there's so many. I've gotten, like, the RoboCop re-release. Maybe my Shredder. I'll tell you that's probably one of my favorites this year, besides the Green Goblin, is the Shredder from Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
That Shredder from NECA is really good. I loved that Shredder figure. So yeah, I'm sure there's other figures that are eluding me, but yeah, and plus I've got a lot of like series figures.
All righty, Ray.
All right. I think Hasbro kind of ended up being the kind of winner this year. I think. Well, because I'm really okay here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch one out. I'm gonna kind of keep it. Okay. So, I still can't decide. All right, I'm gonna start with this. This is actually part of my haul, but I have the Halloween Ends Michael Myers.
Oh, let me put you out. I keep forgetting.
Well, I'll zoom in on him later during the haul. So I'm going to say that's not my number 3. It's a fantastic figure. I got this over Christmas as a present from Mr. Gordy.
Sweet.
I completely forgot the figure
collars.
even. Yeah. My number 2 is going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be, say Indy from The Last Crusade.
Dr. Jones.
Just because of the I loved the fact that they made the head or the hat movable.
Mm-hmm. That is
And
cool.
the face sculpt is just fantastic for Harrison Ford. And my number one, I think, for this year is going to be Obi-Wan from Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jabim outfit.
Huh. That's cool. Jabim.
I think this is the one where they really finally got the face right for a Ewan.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say
I think,
he looks just like him.
yeah, it took, you know, there was the Wandering Jedi and the Tibidon Station.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like, you know, they both use the same face sculpt, but I don't know, something was a little, they're good, but not there yet. And I feel like this one, when they did this one, the third one, that is not the same. It's like a different sculpt that they made for this.
I've got to get that.
Yeah,
I need to get
it's just,
that.
yeah, I think they nailed it this time with that third one.
All righty. So let me go into my top 3 here. All right. So starting at number 3 is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Scrap Iron. And not only do you get this awesome figure with him, but you get this awesome anti-tank turret thingy with missiles and tank treads and all kind of cool stuff. I think, in all honesty, the G.I. Joe Classified line might be the line of 2023 to me. Just
Definitely
because,
look good.
Yeah, they are just. I'm sitting here looking at him and not showing him off, but they are just excellent action figures. And even this dude, like, take his little hat off. Hold on, get your hat off. Take it off.
Gonna take the whole head off.
And you can see like scarring and all that stuff where he's been burned
wow.
from, you know,
Battle.
blowing up stuff before.
I thought he was gonna say like it was a frying pan accident.
Yeah.
One of these grenades overheated on me and blew up on my face.
Oh no. His little data pad.
I was waiting in
Drop.
line at a ride at Disney World.
It was a cheese grater accident.
Yeah, cheese grating accident.
All right. Next is I just got him, and I've been waiting for him for some time now. It's the Marvel Legends Crystar figure. Just because I used to love the Crystar toy line back in the 80s, and I'm super glad they decided. I hope they release even more of these figures rather than just the man Crystar himself, but a very cool action figure. Me love it. And I'm a sucker for translucent plastic.
I was going to say he looks good. I don't even know who that is. I don't know anything about him, but that figure does look really good.
Yep. And then finally, number 1 is
Uno.
Monstar from Super 7.
Space Jam?
No. He won't even fit in the camera. Hold on, let me back him off here.
That's a
super
big
huge.
Bertha.
Yeah. Look,
Good
Marvel
God.
Legends. I'm Marvel Legends.
Now
Here's
explain who
Monstar.
is he?
So this is the main baddie off of the Silverhawks.
Okay.
Yeah. He is an absolute hunk of plastic right here.
Wow, and who put him out?
Super 7.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So and you know, I mean, I think this retailed for $69 or something like that. But I mean, with that, you get like 6 or 7 different pairs of hands, alternate head. He comes with a bird kind of thing because all the Silverhawks back then came with these birds. He comes with a super long gun, all kind of blast effects. What else? There's several other things he comes with, so you get quite a bit for that money. But I mean, this is just, he's got some crud on him back here. Get off! Don't be putting no crud on my figure. But I love this guy. I absolutely love him.
That's a big Joker.
Yeah. But that's it. That's my 2023 favorites. I don't even know where to put this guy now. Holy crap.
Just throw him.
Yeah.
Put him through.
Going behind you, just
Takes the entire shelf down.
Yeah.
Like Kevin in the first Home Alone movie.
woof.
All right. Hold on. Let's see what Scott's got. He's got first up Ayla Sakura.
Yeah, that was a great figure.
Sabine Wren, and got to give it to Donna Troy. I thought Donna Troy was a decent figure too. I don't have the other two, but I do have Donna Troy, and I thought she was She was the best one out of that whole Titans wave. I will say.
All right. Do we
All
want
right.
to go through hauls?
Go through hauls.
Christmas hauls.
Every haul.
from before Christmas.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. Who wants to go
Since
first?
last episode.
Go first, Ray.
Oh God, I got too much to go through. All right. Let's start with the biggin. Actually, I'm gonna start with something my wife found while she was gone, or while we were at her father's during Christmas time.
Mhm.
She found her old Talk Girl.
Talk girl.
Now, if you don't know what this is, in Home Alone 2, toy was kind of. I think that was made for Home Alone 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was made for
Yeah.
that movie.
And so Kevin had his little Talk Boy gadget. So Tiger Electronics did that, and then so they made a mass-produced version of it. The Talk Boy. I had that as a kid. I don't know where it is now. And my wife apparently had gotten Talk Girl, which was made I think a year later. I think.
Yeah, after because the first one was so popular, that's probably why they were like, "Oh, I bet we could get the market on girls too," because I mean, it's universal and multi-gender. So anybody could do it.
Yeah. And the copyright on it is 93, so I think that was the year after Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
But so I got that. Oh yes, little surprise thing I found. So if you've been to McDonald's recently, they did this little weird line, and I just decided to grab one just to see what it was like, see what it was about. Kerwin Frost. Have y'all seen this?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I thought about getting it, but I don't know who the heck Kerwin Frost is.
I don't know, but basically, it looks like it's these
the classic nuggets.
Yeah, it looks like the classic.
Oh
Nugget
yeah.
figures.
I have a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple of these, and so I grabbed one, and I'm pleased with the one that I got. But see, the one that I got in this one is now I'm gonna throw that box away now that I'm doing the reveal. I just want to show the reveal in the Happy Meal box. All right, so this is the one that I ended up with. Was this little winner guy?
Ooh,
and this comes off, and you can get them in the regular nugget form.
Is it a hollow nugget like the old nuggets were too? Does it feel like hollow?
Yes, it's hollow. You can't throw this and knock somebody out. So that's that. So what else did I get? Biggin. So I did get one owlbear, and then I found out that there is a promo code on, I don't know if it's still working, but on Hasbro Pulse for their Dungeons and Dragons brand items. You can get 25-35% knocked off the price. So I got the owlbear.
Yeah,
the regular owlbear.
Sweet.
It's the same. It's a different. The only thing really different from the Doric owlbear that's from the movie is it. Other than the obvious, the paint's different. For the most part, the body's the same, but what is very different is the head. It's a whole different head sculpt. It's a lot pointier, where the other owlbear is rounder. So there's that. My wife got. Well, where did I put it? Here. So this is one thing I got my wife for Christmas because she really likes these creatures because they remind her of our new cats. So I got her a displacer piece. She hasn't opened it yet because she's trying to figure out where she's going to put it up in her office.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's almost 12 inches long. What? Is someone laughing at me?
No, I was thinking about The Office.
Yeah. All right, I'm out. What?
You're out.
What?
Are you done or
No. I was just trying to get the joke.
Oh no, I'm just laughing at him because it was so random. It was like, I'm laughing at it. I'm thinking about The Office.
Don't you listen to me initially.
I'm gonna start doing that from now on. If I laugh at somebody, if they call me out on it, I'll be like, "Oh, I was just thinking of The Office." This is a joke on The Office the other day.
No, he was talking about how long that action figure was, and I was thinking about
that's what she said.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Ashley.
I know it.
Anyway, so some other stuff I grabbed in the time we've been out. I got my own John Walker figure from Ollie's. just decided to grab it. It was well, this was part of that before the end of the year sale where they're getting ready to, I guess, like just clear the shelves out.
I think they're still on right now. It's like
Yeah.
30% off or 30.
Yeah, 33.
35.
33%. It's because it's like a third of the price is knocked off.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I went, I'd grabbed John Walker. I'd also grabbed it's a pretty cool figure, but I got my own Captain Carter.
Oh,
That's cool.
From What
I
If.
saw they had a lot of her and a lot of him.
It's a solid figure. It's
Oh yeah,
pretty
she looks
awesome.
great.
And especially after watching season 2, I just finished season 2 of What If today. That was a fantastic season.
Yep, it was good.
I kind of liked it a little bit more than season 1.
Yeah.
And the other one, I never expected to have an action figure of this actor, but I went ahead and grabbed him. This is Forge from Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, played by Hugh Grant.
Yep.
If you had told me 5 years ago you'd have a
Now all you need
have a Hugh Grant action figure, I would have said you were nuts.
now all you need is Julia Roberts, and you can go play
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill.
Yes, I'll be. What else have I gotten? I got Civil War Iron Man.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you get him at?
Got him at GameStop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, the same GameStop I found Austin's Green Goblin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was pure luck. I was shocked to see a Green Goblin in the wild.
I've never. Yeah, I was gonna say I still haven't seen one. I
I
kind
still
of
haven't seen
want
it.
this right here, this Iron Man from Civil War. I think this might be the one I'll end up just buying.
Yeah, that's a great figure. I mean, the sculpt, the head sculpt for Robert Downey Jr. is pretty great.
Oh, yeah, that is. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Hasbro has gotten really
They've gotten
good at
better.
their
They're
head
getting
sculpts.
better. Yeah.
Their face sculpts and stuff. It just looks really good.
Let's see. And I'll re-show this again real quick. So Austin, the present he got me for Christmas was Halloween Ends Michael Myers, and especially like you can really see the differences in the figures. Like I had the 2018 one, but it's better to show the difference between just the one where the damage actually starts. So this is from Halloween Kills. This is Michael Myers. Now here he is from Halloween Ends, so you can kind of really see the differences and the damage and the degradation of the mask. But this is what's kind of crazy with this figure. So the alternate heads up until this movie, like the Michael Myers figures from Kills in 2018, they each came with an alternate head, and the difference between each head was the eyes. There would be one that you can see the eyes behind the mask, and then there would be one where the eyes are just blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, with Halloween Ends, they didn't do that. Instead, they actually did like levels of degradation on one, and they blacked out the eyes, and then one where you can kind of see the eyes, but the degradation isn't as bad. So this is the one that came on the figure. So when I got it, and I'll show the comparison so you can see how they're different. You can kind of see the white of the eye.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the one that is an alternate, but you can't see the eyes inside. But now if you put them up against each other, like especially the hairline is where you really notice the differences. Like the hair is kind of intact on the one in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of see like over here, especially like it's burned away and rotted away from all the. So I love this head. So I went in and put this one on. It just, I like
really good.
Yeah, he looks so
Kick his leg up. Kick his leg up. I just want to see what the neck is like. No, I mean like bend it at the hip. Like, does it go forward or?
Oh wait, Michael's gonna go high kick somebody.
Okay.
Now it's not, but he's not butterfly jointed, and he can't it can only go about 90 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say some of the, depending on the figure, like some of the NECA guys, I've noticed it's mainly the male figures like Michael Myers, my Ghostface is like this, and maybe the Terminator one. There's some of they're just bulkier. The legs are harder to kind of work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and they're a little what would you say? It seems like what NECA tries to do is they try their best to hide the jointing.
Yeah.
In the clothing and how it looks. So that's that. And I think my last one, I think this is the last one. This just came in to. Well, actually, hang on. I got this also. I finally got my own version of this.
Oh, okay.
Because it's part of that sale as a clearance. Actually, it's like less than $20 now. You can get it. I need to open it still. And this came in today. Star Killer.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, mine came in too. It is a great figure.
Yeah,
I mean, it's. I mean, obviously, I mean, it's not like gonna blow you away, but it is a good face sculpt.
Yeah,
way better than if you've ever gotten a hold of the 3 3/4 inch figure. That one's it's rough, really rough.
You know, I think that's everything. I mean, I could. Austin also gave me a flash straw. I need to open it.
Yeah, you got to open that. That's from. I think that's like an old Subway kids meal straw.
Oh, okay.
It's like from when the
Justice League,
the cartoon series come out. Vintage, baby, vintage.
Anyways, that's it from me.
I was going to say, for me, I got the same. I got that Force Unleashed figure. I also got the what he just pulled out. I'll show you. Take the figure here. But it's Drizzt it's a book series that this guy, Ari Salvatore, started his career with, was this character, and then went on to do a lot more series that were solely based on this character named Drizzt Do'Urden, but it's a dark elf from basically like the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Yep.
And I've read this when I was younger. I love this series. I love the author. I just would have never imagined they'd finally make a toy, like an actual action figure of Drizzt. And this is like my middle school and high school version of me is screaming. It's just, I've got his swords and everything put up. He comes with the 2 scimitars. You could take the coat off. There's 2 different heads, so you can swap the hairstyles if you want. The beautiful thing is this comes with Guinevere as his trusty panther. This was another thing I was so happy to get. And
does it come with the little effigy too?
I was going to say it. I was going to try to pull here it is. I got the
little statue,
the box. Yeah, it's still in there, but yeah, the little statue, you can see it right here. Comes with it, which I'm so tickled that comes with it. That's amazing. And this beautiful dice, this dice that comes with it is amazing. It's beautiful, like a beautiful sparkly green. And I mean, it's huge. Like you could knock somebody the F out with it. Oh, and you also get, and I didn't put this on him yet. There's like a necklace in there. There's some effects for your swords, like to put over the blades. There's just, I mean, this figure, like for less than $20 is a steal. This is insane. It's so cool. But yeah, I got that. I got this, I got the Spider-Man figure. I got the Green Goblin I just showed you. I also surprisingly just got this guy in the other day. The Master, Balin.
School.
Ahsoka. Yeah,
that's a long lightsaber.
Yeah, he has a long, like it's a big. I was wondering if it would actually be that big. Yeah, it's a big blade.
Oh, I like that even on the camera I can see the orange tint to it.
Yeah, and it's really weird because in certain lighting it could look different. But yeah, that for sure really shows the orange coming out in it.
Yeah.
The face sculpt is decent. I think the face sculpt's really good on him, especially from particular angles. He just looks really good.
You think Ray would have approved of it?
Oh, I think he would have. It's definitely it's a worthy figure. It's really good. I feel like a buddy of mine gifted me this. He found it at a Goodwill. This is a Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. It was like a reissue, I think, from maybe 2000.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically just the same Batmobile, just repainted with red wheels, like the red. Just has red accented stuff, but it's exactly the same. Oh, and but it's even. I mean, and this is from a Goodwill. This is like probably $2, $2 or $3. The cockpit still opens. You can put everything in there. Still has.
Oh, sweet.
The jetpack, and there's a missile thing inside here too. That's not exactly how it works. But yeah, you just bend it's spring action. You just bend your wings back in and just slide it right. right back into the Batmobile.
I used to have it.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, and the tire shredders, you know, if you're out in the streets and people want to mess with you, you just
Yep.
you just tear their wheels up.
You just get mad at the citizens of Gotham for not doing better with the crime rate, and he just like he just goes along all the cars parallel parked along one street, just rip up the sides of every one of them.
Dang right.
Well, looks
Justice.
like Batman went and took out the entire East Street.
Look out! Incoming! No, but there was that. I feel like so my shipment got split up. The rest of them won't come in until I guess the middle of this month, if that. Hopefully it'll be sooner, but I bet it won't be. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. But I did get Poison Ivy in the Batman and Robin line from McFarlane,
sweet.
and the face sculpt looks really good. I don't know if you can see it, but the face sculpt on her is pretty awesome. And obviously, you see it comes with the chest piece for Mr. Freeze. That's the main thing, is whenever all the rest of them come in, I can't wait to build Mr. Freeze. But yeah, very impressed with her. My wife, you know, this was kind of her obsession. She was really wanting the Poison Ivy and Batgirl figures. And yeah, they didn't disappoint. These are really good. So I'm impressed. And it was a good price point. Got it for like $18 on Amazon. Can't beat that.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And yeah, guys, I think that does it. I think we settled it.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take my headphones off, so I might not can hear comments if you say anything, because I've got to move a little bit. I'll try to keep the headphones in, at least one. Okay, so some of this stuff you're not gonna be able to see. This was the Monstar box. Okay, so I got another Silverhawk Windhammer. Should I try to? Nah, because they're wrapped in plastic. I have to break it out. So we got that. I got Buzzsaw, which is even bigger than Monstar. Another bad guy. Oh, it's huge. No, none of that's new. Okay, so Big Bad Toy Store was having a sale, and my kids bought me a bunch of He-Man figures for Christmas. So I got Fisto from the Masterverse. Oh crap! They just went everywhere.
Oh, no.
I just broke every one of them.
Andra. Oh gosh. Spike-Ore. I really need to come up here and open these. I just hadn't had time. Tila. Hang on. Ugh.
Did he say Tila Tequila figure? What?
Yeah, Tila Tequila.
That's
They-
a name I haven't heard in a long time. I didn't know she was popular enough to get action figures made.
I think didn't she get murdered at a Juggalo concert?
Man at Arms.
She probably murdered somebody at a Juggalo concert.
Oh, that's what it was.
Beastman.
Beastman, Skeletor.
Stinkor. And one of my favorites, Scareglow. Really cool. Hang on.
Scaregore, otherwise known as Tim Burton.
I got several reaction figures. Just a regular Joe Trooper. Buzzer, the Dreadnought.
I see him a good bit.
Regular Cobra Trooper. Tomax. Hang on.
Give me a minute. We
I
should
got
just
the
swat him.
ginormous Thunder Tank.
Whoa.
It's ginormous. It's huge.
Dude. Wow.
Wow.
That is
it's heavy too.
insane.
Let me go put it back up.
Thing needs its own like little zoo enclosure.
What was that from?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I guess we'll ask him.
All right.
Wow, what was that? What was that tank from? That was huge.
That was Thundercats.
Thundercats, gotcha.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was huge.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
I'm surprised you
But-
didn't be like, hang on just a second, and all of a sudden the aircraft carrier comes just like, "Ooh."
that would be awesome if that were the case, but no. But that was my haul. I'm sure I probably got. I'm thinking there's something else, but I can't remember. Oh, there is another He-Man figure up at the top of the shelf up there that you can't see.
Is it He-Man?
No, it's
All right.
Tongue Lasher.
Disappoint
But
me. You just
Yeah, I know.
disappoint me. Just have He-Man.
I was
know
gonna
it.
say, all these He-Man figures, and I don't see one He-Man.
Has anybody has there been any attempt to like make figures from the movie, like the live action movie, like a Dolph Lundgren He-Man figure?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I mean, is it good sculpt though?
Super 7 did it. They did He-Man, 2 versions of Skeletor, and there was somebody else. I can't remember.
Courtney Cox.
No, it was He-Man, 2 versions of Skeletor. I can't remember the other one. But then recently in the Masterverse line from Mattel, they released a He-Man with the head sculpt. It doesn't really look like Dolph Lundgren, and I don't know if it's supposed to, but the costume is the same. And then they just released Meg Foster's Evil Lyn. So, and it looks pretty spot on from Meg Foster. Yeah.
Cool.
In the Masterverse line. And by all accounts, it looks like they're going to try to make more from that movie. So it's one of those guilty pleasures that I watch at least once a year, just because I loved it when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wasn't really a kid, but
Just
I
that
was a kid.
unfortunate like post credit scene where they were really
I'll be
banking on
back.
getting a sequel.
Yeah. I'll be back. No, you won't. You couldn't even pay for the first movie.
That's what we call a canon film.
Yeah, they tried to stop filming towards the end there, so they had to the whole final battle is in dark. It's like just He-Man and Skeletor with the darkness is surrounded by dark. I mean, you can't even see the set or anything because it's just there was barely any light because they were just in some warehouse. They were like, we got to get this done.
Yeah. Quick recommendation if you want to really see the wild weirdness behind the scenes of that whole production company, look up a documentary called Electric Boogaloo: The Story of Canon Films.
Oh, really?
It is insane. It goes through it was they were like convincing. It's a hard thing to explain because it's been a couple years since I watched it. It was almost like a factory, just you're churning out movies to pay for the next movie, or like to pay for the previous movie or something like that. It almost was like a racket, but it was. I don't know if there was anything else going on, but like even they talked, just like the Death Wish movies that happened, and it's just it's a really wild story. I recommend that if you want to watch a weird documentary.
So speaking of recommendations, as we end the episode, I'm reading a book right now called what's the name of it? Teenage Ninja to Mutant Turtle, and it's by Ken Traum or Ken Scott, who was the stunt Raphael for the first and second movie, maybe even the third movie. Yeah, and he's just talking about how he got into acting and how he got the part and all that kind of good stuff. It's pretty decent.
So wait, Raphael. So he did the suit for it.
Yeah, just the suit, the stunt
stunt
right?
suit. Yeah,
Okay,
but he was also a foot soldier as well.
okay. So he didn't do the voice acting for Raphael.
No. That was the guy that had the two. Remember, he was in the back the driver, the taxi driver.
What the heck? Oh yeah, looks like some sort of a big turtle in a
Yeah.
trench coat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now
Royal LaGuardia, right?
He did have some one line as a foot soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, just so he could get his SAG card. Yeah.
Well, I want to say one of
Or
the.
he was.
I think.
Sorry, Raph. I was just going to correct myself. He wasn't the taxi driver. He was the guy in the taxi.
Yeah.
Taxi guy,
What the
that's
heck?
right,
Was,
yeah.
What the heck was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of the actors though doing double duty where they were in the suit, but they also provided the voice work for the character as well? I know say there was one of them. I think it was Michelangelo. I think it was. I think Michelangelo might have been the voice and
Could have been.
in the suit.
I can't remember about that.
I want to say there was one because I remember seeing it in the credits that there. I remember seeing like the same actor listed for the suit and the voice.
Corey
But
Feldman.
Anyway, there's some cool stuff like if you watch the first movie and the first time you see the turtles jump out into the sewer, you can see that the
Widescreen hurts. Widescreen hurt that movie.
Well, you could see from the
under
knees down. They got white
sneakers.
socks on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah. As I say, you don't see it in full screen. Like it was, when it came out, it was made for that 4.3 screen size, and then when it got the widescreen, it's like, oh well, we can't really hide that.
He talks a lot about weird stuff that if you watch close, you can see.
Does he talk about any of the stuff that I think I mentioned a while back about, some scenes were repurposed, like the scene on top of the barn wasn't actually Raphael, it was Michelangelo, but they were silhouetted in such a way you couldn't tell, so they repurposed it to be Raphael screaming Splinter.
I don't know. He hadn't said anything about that, but I hadn't finished the book yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't finished the book yet. All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap this episode up.
That wraps up 2023, 4 days after 2023.
Right.
All right, folks.
How about
We'll see you next week with a whole pile of new show.
Whole stinking pile.
Bye-bye.
Bye.